Being able to give back is very much a privilege, and I'm very honored with every organization that I'm a part of. And I think that as a society in whole, we tend to be very self-oriented, and looking outside of yourself gives you a perspective that can't really be gained any other way. I was raised on a tobacco and dairy farm in East Tennessee, where I learned the true meaning of work. I moved here in 2007 after I was recruited for a position. I didn't know a soul. I'd never been to Greensboro before and became immersed in the community through different service organizations. I since met my husband, and we've formed Fields Realty Group with Remax Realty Consultants. I have found different avenues to immerse myself in the community through volunteerism. And I gained that from first being in Interact Club in high school, and I transitioned into service organizations in college. And then once I moved to Greensboro, I tried to find different groups that I could be involved with to make an impact in the community. I'm involved with A Simple Gesture, Backpack Beginnings, Meals on Wheels. I also ring the bell for Salvation Army, and I'm also involved with the grants committee on the Future Fund organization. And essentially, when I think I'm having a bad day, I can always turn to one of these organizations, sign up for a shift with Backpack Beginnings, sign up for a route with A Simple Gesture, and I always, 100% of the time, feel better.
Well, when I met my wife, she was, very much into volunteerism, and I found that to be one of the most attractive things about her. It inspired me. It brought me closer to her, and it really was one of the reasons why I asked her to marry me. And once she got into all the different programs and I saw the positive responses that she would get from that, I became involved. I wanted to be a part of it.
Something that's left a lasting impact with me is being involved with Meals on Wheels. I've been a volunteer driver for a little over a year now, and I typically try to choose the same route every time. And developing relationships with those recipients is really important. Sometimes I'm the only person that they talk to during the day, and having that connection and making sure that they're doing okay is really important. And I've developed a relationship with a recipient, and I sometimes spend 20, 30 minutes talking with her, and it just makes me feel good to know that I have, in some small way, made her day perhaps a little bit better just by listening to her.
I'm hoping that people see the change in me. Prior to meeting my wife and being inspired to go into volunteerism, I wasn't heavily involved in the community. I didn't think about doing these things. And if somebody can see the change that this has brought to me and made me a better person, then hopefully it will inspire them to, take on some of these roles and bring the positivity into themselves and uplift themselves.
There have been a few challenges during my time with organizations, especially with Meals on Wheels. There have been a few clients that have passed that I have developed relationships with, and that is always heart-wrenching to know that someone that you were seeing on a consistent basis is no longer there. And I have to remind myself that regardless of what they're going through, I'm here to support them, and I try to keep that focus and make sure that I'm showing up as my best every time I'm delivering a meal to someone, because what's going on in my life is not necessarily anything to do with them. And developing those relationships has been really important, and losing some of those clients is heart-wrenching. There are a few current projects with some of the organizations that we're working with that I'm very excited about. One being a food drive that we're holding at the Remax Realty Consultants office in February, and super excited about getting the word out about A Simple Gesture, about Backpack Beginnings, about the other organizations that work with A Simple Gesture, because it's amazing to me how when I talk about A Simple Gesture, so many people are still unaware of not only the organization, but also the dire need in the community. And I'm so excited about that upcoming food drive in February at the firm.
If somebody's looking to get into volunteer work, start small. You don't have to give a lot of your time. You can play a small role in a large organization and find something that will, only take a couple hours during your weekend. It's not a lot of time that you're giving up. And that small part goes back into the bigger piece. And once you start small, you're going to find that there's other small things that you can do. And you'll find availability to enter other organizations and play a small part in that. You don't have to be the leader. You just have to be someone willing to help.
I believe that if you have a desire to be involved with something, you will find a way to do that. And I'm always happy to be a resource for anyone that is looking to learn more about opportunities, look to find organizations that are in need of help, and just in general want to be involved. And there's so many great organizations in the Triad that there's no limit to what can be done, and they're always looking for great people to be a part of and provide additional ideas. We all have to come together to support our community, and if you want to be involved, you can do it.